Hello, hi and welcome. This is Van Diaries episode 6, I believe. The van has had a new tyre and it was also in the garage getting new suspension arms. We've been doing a lot of driving here, there and everywhere just to try and get things moving. We headed to a local timber merchant and we picked up lots of good stuff, which you'll see later on in the video. But yeah, we are just trying to get the bed built as quick as possible because I'm planning to head out on a camp on the 29th of November. So it's all systems go as we try and get a bed built. Yesterday we went to a local timber merchant and we picked up that and two others that are inside the van. Basically, they're pre-made kind of drawer shapes. They might end up being bed bases in the van, but they're going to need repainting because I hate that colour. But they essentially are what we're going to use to build around for the bed frame and the pull-out drawer. So let's get into it. What I'm saying is, just take it off while it's running because I feel like your brain doesn't get it somewhere. It's also freezing cold out here. Here's me just unscrewing some hinges, and let me tell you, I'm getting so good with this drill now and I'm just getting far more confident doing certain jobs and stuff, which was the whole point of doing this van build myself, so big well done to me for that. But for a bit more context, we basically picked up 3 pieces from the timber merchant, 2 drawers and then 1 drawer that had this opening door hinge on top, which we've removed, and we've decided to take this drawer apart so we can use the wood from it to create the flatbed base and use a piece of it as the supporting arm down the middle of the bed. So here we are having fun, just smashing shit up and taking all the screws, bolts and little fixtures out of every piece that we need to be smooth and flat. Got them on off some rusty screws.
I'm done.
Hey, give us a wave. Then it was a trip to Wicks because we don't have enough wood that's reclaimed or reused to be able to do the framing at the side. So we went and bought some beams and then we just sized everything up that we needed, got chopping it and got building the bed frame. Okay, leg on first. So that needs to come up here, but one and base 2. That's there.
Leg here. Under here.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Drill a little hole at the top first. In between. Because are we going to drill down into them?
We'll put the screw in so it just comes out.
Yeah, so we can see where
it's coming out, yeah.
We might have fucked it with these little grooves in the end.
It'll still be alright, yeah.
Yeah, it should be, but we'll just have to see.
Because we can use longer screws now, can't we?
Yeah, because we're going to go into this.
So I need it.
This one, yeah. No. There. Like that.
Yeah. Okay, we can use...
We'll just do this one. And just like that, we have the frame at the side of the bed, which hopefully will hold my weight. What are you jumping for?
Freezing. Covered.
Then we had to cut some wood down to create the other supporting beam on the other side of the bed. So this is what we're doing here. And I don't know why we decided to do this, but we decided to do it with a solid piece of wood rather than doing framework the same way we'd done on the other side. But yeah, the bed just was not working. Once we'd attached everything and we got it in the van, it was just so rickety, not very strong. The structure was just not holding. So yeah, we essentially wasted an entire day building a bed that isn't fit for purpose. But we're learning, we're understanding things better, and for me and Dad doing this with literally no skills whatsoever, this is the only way we are going to learn. So back to the drawing board, and we have now decided we're going to attempt to do a slat bed, but not before the tyre that we had changed yesterday was flat, and it was absolutely our fault because it was a screw that went through the tyre, and it was definitely from us not tidying up from yesterday's work.
I can't go back out. I've got a flat.
Yeah, he's going in. So after an eventful day yesterday trying to build the bed with all that reclaimed wood and reused already built wood that we'd got from the timber merchant, we basically just accepted that it is what it is and it isn't going to work. It's not quite strong enough. We haven't been able to quite get it working how we wanted it to work, and it's just not it. So we today have come to Wicks and bought loads of this chunky wood beam stuff, and we're going to do a slat bed now. So we got cracking with making the framework for the slat bed, and we have opted to use the handsaw here because we cannot afford to waste any more wood. We don't want any wood splitting, and we just need to get it right, and slow and steady seems to be the best process for our brains with little skills. So we're just taking it steady on this one. It was a lot of, again, measuring out the leg size that we needed, figuring out the frame that we wanted, and then working out exactly how we were going to be screwing everything in to make sure that all the screws were as flat as possible, because we don't want the bed rocking around once it's secured in. We want it to be flat to the floor of the van so I can have a peaceful night's sleep without an annoying little rocking bed. And honestly, at this point, I feel like it will be a miracle if me and my dad can actually successfully build a bed that functions and works inside this van, because let me tell you, it's been a journey. We have been learning so much, spending so much money on wood we do not need, and we should have just gone with this slat bed framing situation to begin with. But hindsight's a great thing, right? And hopefully you guys can learn from me that this is the best option, in my opinion. Don't try anything else. Just do this framed bed, buy the chunky wood, buy the correct screws, do the correct process, don't try and be cheap, and don't cut corners. And this isn't an expensive fancy build by any means. Two, three, four legs.
Put down.
What?
Put one down. Oh, fuck
No, when you went sawing that bit off, it was so annoying. It was so annoying.
Let's
Need one more of these.
okay.
Here I'm marking out all the points where we need to pre-drill holes ready for the screws to go into. I'd really recommend doing this because it just made the screws go in way easier, and they just were much more solid once they were in. This is something we hadn't done on any of the previous things. We were just screwing things in left, right, centre and hoping for the best. This is why we had loads of split wood. And again, I'm not wasting this wood. We needed to get it right. So we just took everything really slowly, screwed all the holes that we needed for screws before adding them in, and it was a much better process. It went a lot smoother, and the frame is just feeling way stronger already. So I'm feeling positive about the bed build. I feel like we're currently onto something that is going to be successful and is actually going to work finally.
I think.
Just do it, because it will all... It's gone through, hasn't it?
Yeah.
What are we doing now? Lifting it to check it's gone through?
Yeah, just take it off.
Yeah, it has. What do you want to do? What, you want to go further down?
Okay.
because that's where all my marks are, yeah. Start down, start that end.
I don't know. No, I think we should start that end.
Well, it'll get the... They go in.
We just put it in.
I'm not put it in the hole yet. Okay. The thing, yeah, but you can straighten it up, can't you? Oh my god. Can I push it in?
No, I'm not happy with that.
Okay.
Go with it.
Yeah, it hasn't come through yet though, so very slightly. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, come on.
No, we ain't gonna be able to do these of these now, are
No,
we?
we're just gonna have to go for it. Yeah. Go for the best. You can a bit because you can. Oh, I've got something now. Twist it. Do you want to do that end one first? Because at least then we know that they're going to bring it onto their bench.
There is a bit of a gap this side.
Yeah, no, I know that it's a bit. Solid as a rock.
Alright.
So we had one frame complete and 2 left to build, but it did start to rain, so we didn't risk it and we just took all the materials inside the house because we wanted to just get cracked on and get everything done as quickly as we could. So we cleared a little bit of space in the extension on the house and got to work. That's a fucking good cut, that. That's the different bit of wood that is. That's the leg, yeah. But this again is a bit of wood. Remember, we cut it for the leg of the car.
Absolutely, yeah.
God, the fucking glare on that camera is outrageous.
Outrageous, outrageous!
It's from that light. Something should children get older.
I'm getting older too.
So basically, to figure out where we needed to drill the holes in for the legs on the frame, I just marked the central point this side and the central point on the inside. Then we marked out on here like this with the crosses. We drill a hole in here ready for the screw then to be drilled in, because it makes it 10 times easier if you pre-drill holes, and it stops you splitting the wood as much. Then here we are using the drill bit to drill the holes in ready for the screws. Again, something I'm learning is that if you prep the wood as best as possible and just make everything as easy as possible, you're going to have far more success doing these things. And most people might already know this, but we're learning. My dad also does know this, but he has a habit of wanting to just race through things, be a bit impatient when it comes to DIY jobs, but we're living and we're learning. Then what we did once the holes were screwed through the wood, we placed the leg on the position where we wanted it, used the screw to apply some pressure and add almost like a little dot there, which we would then drill with the same drill bit a hole, as you'll see my dad doing here now. Perfecto. Then you have your little hole there, which makes it way easier for the screw to go in. Then this was how we did the screw. My dad would basically drill it in a little bit, so just a small bit was sticking out. Then I would basically attach the leg onto the screw so he could screw that completely through the leg, securing it, making it nice and firm, tight and sturdy. Then once the framing was all completed, I purchased some runners for the drawer to be attached, and quickly realised once they arrived that the width of them was chunkier than I'd anticipated. So in order for us to screw them on through the middle of the base piece of wood, we needed an extra bit of height on the beam at the bottom, because it was basically the middle of the drawer hinge was hitting the bottom of the piece of wood. So we had to add a little bit of wood on just to give some extra height from the floor, allowing us to seamlessly add the drawer runner onto this without it hitting the floor and making the bed uneven. And yeah, we basically were able to use some of that reclaimed wood from the timber merchant. We cut it into these little panels and we've just glued it onto the bottom, and we will maybe add screws if we need to, but because the bed is going to be fixed to the floor in the van, it will have screws on at that point. So we just decided we would glue it here and enjoy me in my gingerbread man pyjamas doing this. So today I'm going to be painting the beams for the bed in the van. They are going to be a beautiful, really dark olive green. That's what the frame's going to be. So let's get into it. And I actually think doing the painting of all this framework has been my favourite part so far in the van build. It's something that I really enjoyed and feel like I have the skills to do it, but we'll see about that when everything dries and how good it does or does not look. Anyway, I painted the frames, I also painted the drawer. I just popped a film on the TV and got cracking, had an actual stunning evening doing this. But the next steps in the van build are to attach the drawer to the frames with the runners, work out how the slats are going to work and what sizes we need. So make sure you come back to see all that, and as always, please like, subscribe, comment and share. All the love on these videos is really appreciated, and I actually have so much fun documenting, filming and posting all this on YouTube, so I hope you're enjoying it. If you have any questions, any feedback, please drop it into the comments and let me know what exactly you want to see, more in-depth stuff, or is this fine, are you enjoying this content? But yeah, please let me know what you are loving and not loving.